Today, we'll talk about the main symptoms of a failing water pump. Let's get started. To begin, the water pump's main function is to circulate coolant throughout the cooling system. It is typically located either behind the timing chain cover or outside the engine near the serpentine belt. The most common reason for water pump failure is a lack of maintenance, particularly not changing the coolant regularly. So now, let's look at the symptoms of a failing water pump in more detail. Symptom number 1. Having your check engine light on. You won't get a code specifically indicating a bad water pump since most water pumps are mechanical. However, you might see a P0217 code, which indicates that your engine is overheating. This code is triggered if the engine coolant temperature, ECT sensor, detects that the engine coolant temperature is getting too hot. Symptom number 2. Bearing failure of the water pump. Inside the water pump, the bearings support the propeller that circulates the coolant. Over time, these bearings can wear out due to constant rotation and exposure to coolant. When they fail, they may produce a noticeable noise, often described as a whining or grinding sound. This noise typically increases with engine speed and can indicate a failing water pump. Symptom number 3. Engine overheating. When your water pump fails, you may observe your temperature gauge indicating that the engine is running hot. Or, in more severe cases, you might even see smoke coming out from the engine compartment. These signs happen because the water pump is no longer effectively circulating coolant throughout the engine cooling system to regulate the engine temperature. Without proper coolant circulation, the engine becomes increasingly prone to overheating, which can lead to potential damage and performance issues. Symptom number 4. Leak coming from the weep hole. As the seals within the water pump deteriorate over time, coolant can seep past them and escape through the weep hole, which can be an indicator that the water pump is beginning to degrade. Interestingly, even brand new aftermarket water pumps can have leaks from the weep hole, so to ensure longevity, choosing OEM, original equipment manufacturer, water pumps is advisable. This choice not only saves you time and money, but also reduces the likelihood of premature failure and subsequent repairs. Symptom number 5. Heater not warming up. If the water pump malfunctions, it interrupts the circulation of coolant through the heater core, which is important for heating the air inside your car. Normally, the heater operates by passing hot coolant through the heater core, which then transfers heat to the air via a blower motor. But if the water pump fails, this circulation is stopped, leading to compromised heating performance within the vehicle. Symptom number 6. Hearing a whining sound. This happens when the bearings within the water pump begin to deteriorate, or if the pulley connected to the water pump becomes loose, causing back and forth movement and producing noise. This noise can vary from a subtle whining or grinding sound to a more pronounced rattling or clicking. It's often noticeable when the engine is running, particularly at higher speeds or when the water pump is under load. If left unaddressed, this noise can worsen over time and may add more damage to the water pump components. With all these symptoms, and if you still suspect that your water pump is failing, address it immediately so you can prevent potential engine damage and overheating. The first step that you can do is to stop driving the car and allow the engine to cool down completely. Next, it's advisable to have the water pump inspected and replaced by a qualified mechanic or technician. Attempting to replace the water pump yourself can be challenging and may result in further damage if not done correctly. The cost of replacing a bad water pump can vary depending on several factors, like the make and model of your car, labor costs in your area, and whether you will choose an OEM or aftermarket replacement part. On average, the total cost, including parts and labor, can range from $300 to $800. Keep in mind that replacing a water pump often involves several hours of labor, as it is typically located deep within the engine compartment and may require other components to be removed for access. Also, using an OEM water pump may be more expensive, but could offer better quality compared to aftermarket alternatives. So, those are the symptoms of a failing water pump, and if you find videos like this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so we can assist you fix it.